Hey folks, Coffee with Pegasus. Hope everybody's doing well. Been a day or two since my last video. Been a little busy. Got caught up in life, if you will. Last night I was thinking. I've had some ideas on some videos given to me. One of those ideas was given to me by one of the covens, and I'm still studying on that philosophy. I'm not real sure I have a definitive theory on it yet. A lot of new terms and different ideologies of a different philosophy that I've never heard of before. But anyway, that being said, I'd like to do a video today on fear. What is fear? Well, dictionary says fear is anything that we may be scared of, something that causes a reaction in the physical body or in the mind that can produce a flight or fight syndrome. Well, you dig a little deeper, and you dig a little deeper into sociology and psychology, you see that fear comes from every negative emotion a human being can have. And well, not just a human being, but animals as well. You can see fear in the eyes of a cat or a dog or any animal when they become afraid of something. But humans have a little bit of different way of dealing with fear. Now, I'm going to throw out some emotions that I'm sure you have encountered at one point or another throughout your life. But every one of these emotions that you have derive and begin from a form of fear. And this video may run over a bit, may be a little long, so make sure you got a good fresh cup of coffee and kick back and chill. The first thing that comes from fear is anger. Well, yeah, anger comes from fear, because anger usually is caused by a situation where you have lost control, or someone has done something or taken something from you to cause that anger. That anger still comes from fear. Fear of loss, fear of lack of control, fear of inability to handle a particular situation for which you have no say-so, also a form of control. Fear, it also begins to jealousy. Jealousy, I'm sorry, begins with fear. And if I need to answer that one, well, then you've got other issues. Jealousy is a very heavy negative emotion that can bring forward all sorts of issues and problems and what have you. Negative emotions that are brought on by fear, such as road rage, the lack of control, the inability to make decisions. What happens when someone attacks you? Yes, my computer and phone's a bit noisy this morning. That's alright. How do you handle fear? Well, there's three ways you can handle fear. One, hide from it and not deal with it. Two is to stand up to it, face it head on, and ask yourself one major question. Why? Goes back to the control word, stop. When you find yourself becoming afraid of something, and this is the third way that you can handle fear, you can tell yourself stop. You can gain that control word and gain that control of fear that can cause so many issues in so many different areas. You'll wind yourself up with fear if you're not careful. You will convince yourself the entire world is against you and the entire world wants to hurt you. In all reality, the entire world could give a damn. 99.99% of the world does not even know you exist. So with that, how can the world be out to get you? Most of the time when we're facing fear and we're dealing with fear, we have to look at self and find out why this particular person, place, thing, event, what have you, is causing that fear and causing that reaction that you're having. How do you deal with it? Again, those three ways. Run from it, face it, or just simply stop. Look at it and ask why. Why am I afraid of this? Why am I jealous of my mate going out with friends and doing things with others? And then you take a look at children. Children are the biggest ones that deal with abandonment issues, or jealousy, if you will, because they get these best friends and they think, well, I can only have one best friend. I've seen adults do the same things more times than not. You can have as many best friends as you have heart big enough to support them. When you take a look at the importance of people in your life, that is as different as you and I. It's as different as your ability to cubicleize, if you will, different people in your heart that mean different things to you. You can have multiple people on right there on an equal keel. Nobody has to be above the other one or below the other one or what have you. Everybody's just right there. And everybody's just as important as everybody else. Therefore, you can release that fear and that guilt of not being important. The best place to be important is within yourself. If you're important enough to you to take care of you, then you don't actually have to have yourself be important to anyone else. Though it's nice. It really is nice to love and be loved. We've already covered that video. Go back and watch it. Don't allow fear to conduct your life. I have seen people that would abandon an automobile in the middle of the road because there was a spider in the visor. I have personally experienced someone that did that. Or don't find yourself running through the house screaming at the top of your lungs just because there is a bug or something that might be close to you. That fear is not good for you. It really isn't. Now, there are times when fear is good for you. The fear of stepping in front of an oncoming semi. Well, if you're not afraid of that, and you show no fear at all in being stupid in doing it, then your dumb ass deserves to get splattered all over the freeway. So there are times when fear is a good thing. It all depends on how deep you let it go and how much you allow it to control you. So the next time you're driving down the road and you feel a little twinge of fear, start looking around a little bit in your rearview mirrors. Don't get all theatrical and crazy and go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Take a deep breath and look around and see what you see and see what you feel. Maybe back off the accelerator a little bit. So you would think I'm talking about intuition. I am. Do not confuse fear with intuition. And do not confuse fear that comes from some intuition. When you get that intuition, stop. Look around, or slow down. Look around, see what's going on. Handle fear not very carefully, but cautiously in respect. Fear, if you scare someone bad enough, you can give them a heart attack. It's been known to happen. I used to think it was funny as hell to jump out from behind the corner and scare my second wife because, well, she was just funny as hell when she jumped and flitter-pated and screamed. And well, I did it one time too many, and she knocked my ass out. She didn't know it was me. She just reacted. She threw out that fist with a hell of a right hook and clocked me. So if you jump out and scare someone and they knock the hell out of you, it's your fault, not theirs. If you walk up behind somebody and you goose them and scare the hell out of them, they turn around and slap the shit out of you, it's your fault, not theirs. So remember, when you're out there scaring people or trying to jump out and spook somebody, if you get clocked, it's your bad. Face fear. Stare it down. Find out why it's there. And be careful with your anxieties. Fear, lack of control, and the inability to handle your situations at the time can cause anxiety and panic attacks. So when you're taking a look at your fears and your triggers for your anxieties and your panic attacks, pay attention to what those triggers are. Again, face that fear. Depression in most cases and manic in most cases is brought on by fear of some kind or another. The fear of not being worthy, the fear of not being important, and the fear of not being important to yourself. So I'll put a close to fear, but as you're thinking about fear, don't scare yourself thinking about fear. Hey, who knows, you might throw yourself into a panic attack. Let fear be what it is. Watch it. Learn from it. Learn to control that fear and face it head on. Leave your comments in the area below. And thank you again for watching Coffee with Pegasus.